There's a Japanese secret that turns chronic quitters into unstoppable finishers. Do you know the irony? The more goals you set, the less you complete, until you discover this. Have you noticed? Every January, you start strong. New goal, new you. This is the year. But by March, you've stopped. And that voice in your head whispers the same lie. You just don't have what it takes. Here's what every productivity guru, motivational speaker, and self-help book has been selling you. Better systems, stronger discipline. Wake up at 5 a.m. Track everything. Get an accountability partner. Use this app. Try that method. All lies. Not because these things don't work, but because they're solving the wrong problem. You don't have a discipline problem. You don't have a motivation problem. You don't even have a consistency problem. You have a weight problem. Right now, standing on day one of any goal, you're not just carrying today's work. You're carrying every single future day of that goal, all at once. Like trying to eat Thanksgiving dinner in one bite. Like trying to run a marathon while carrying all 26.2 miles on your back. Nobody finishes that race. Not because they're weak, because the game is rigged. But 800 years ago, a group of Zen monks in Japan discovered something that neuroscience is only now confirming. A single shift in how you carry time that makes giving up functionally impossible. Not harder, impossible. Here's the twist that changes everything. They don't finish goals the way you think. They don't push harder. They don't grind more. They do the opposite. They make the goal disappear completely. And in its absence, completion becomes inevitable. The Japanese call this Ichigo Ichie, one time, one meeting. And when you combine it with how your brain actually works, something remarkable happens. The things that used to crush you become effortless. Not because you got stronger, because you stopped carrying weight that doesn't exist. Before I show you exactly how this works through the story of a man who used this to completely transform his life, I need to ask you something. Subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and comment below. What's the one goal you've started and quit more times than you can count? This isn't just engagement. When you write it down, when you make it public, your brain registers it differently. You're 3x more likely to actually apply what you're about to learn. So comment it. Make it real. Now let me show you what actually works. Chapter 1. The Graveyard. Marcus was 34. IT support. 50-hour weeks. Good at his job. Good at fixing other people's problems. Terrible at fixing his own. He had a graveyard most people hide. You probably have one too. The gym membership. $47 a month for 18 months. Used twice. That's $846 to not go to the gym. Every month, that charge hit his card like a reminder. You're the quitting type. The coding boot camp. $3,000 on credit. Completed 23%. The certificate on his wall still says, "In progress." It's been 427 days. The side business. Made $127 in 3 months. Spent $890 on courses, teaching him how. Net loss, $763 in hours he'd never get back. Americans spend $18 billion per year on unused gym memberships. That's not money. That's 18 billion purchased intentions that died. Marcus wasn't special. He was normal. And that was the problem. Every failure whispered the same thing. See, you're not the type who finishes things. And when you quit 5 times, the 6th goal starts with you already defeated. His wife Sarah saw it. Maybe you're taking on too much at once? But that wasn't it. His co-worker Jake transformed in 18 months. Lost 60 pounds. Started a successful Etsy shop. Learned web development. Got promoted. Same hours. Same life. Different results. The difference? Jake finished things. Marcus started them. That night, Marcus had the thought that keeps millions trapped. Maybe some people are just built different. Maybe I'm just not the finishing type. He believed it. Until everything changed. Chapter 2. The Breaking Point. Tuesday, February 2024. Marcus's daughter Emma had a volcano due for science fair. Simple project. Father-daughter time. They'd started 3 weeks ago. Bought supplies. Made plans. But Marcus kept pushing it. We'll do it this weekend. Weekend came, too tired. Next weekend for sure. Now it was Monday night. Project due Tuesday morning. Emma was crying at the kitchen table. Daddy, everyone's going to laugh at me. I'm the only one without a project. Something broke in Marcus's chest. He wasn't just a quitter anymore. He was teaching his 7-year-old how to quit, how to let people down, how to fail. He was passing down his disease. They stayed up until 2 a.m., built a mediocre volcano. Emma turned it in, but Marcus saw the look. Not disappointment in the volcano, disappointment in him. That night, sitting in his car in the driveway, Marcus cried. The ugly kind. When you realize you've become someone you're ashamed of. He couldn't carry his wife last year when she sprained her ankle. Couldn't finish a project with his daughter. Couldn't stick to anything for more than 8 weeks. What kind of man was he? That's when he made the decision. Something had to change. Chapter 3. The Search and Discovery. Marcus did what desperate Americans do. Googled it. How to actually finish goals. Why do I quit everything? How to stop being a failure. The algorithm fed on his desperation. Within 48 hours, his feed exploded. Finance bros, fitness influencers, productivity gurus with 4 a.m. routines. He consumed it all. Videos until 2 a.m. Downloaded 37 apps. Bought 4 courses he couldn't afford. Read everything. Highlighted everything. Applied nothing. Tried Pomodoro. Lasted 3 days. Tried Eat the Frog. The frog ate him. Each method promised to be the one. None stuck. Sarah watched him spiral. You're consuming, not doing. There's a difference. She was right. He was addicted to starting. To that dopamine hit of a new system, a new promise. But the actual work? He couldn't stick to it. 3 months in, Marcus was worse. More debt. More evidence he was broken. Then, Wednesday night, 11 p.m., scrolling YouTube, a video appeared that looked different. Title: Ichigo Ichie, Why Monks Never Quit. The thumbnail wasn't a flexing guru, just a rock garden. He almost scrolled past, but something made him click. The guy was David Chen, American, trained 5 years in a Japanese monastery. David started with a story. In 1638, a young monk named Ren got an impossible task: build a rock garden, 50 meters by 30 meters, every stone perfect, 1-year deadline. Marcus almost left. Another ancient story. But David said something that stopped him. Ren stood at the empty plot for 3 hours. Frozen. Thousands of stones. Hundreds of days. He couldn't begin. That night, his mind destroyed him. What if I fail? What if I place 1 stone wrong? Sound familiar? Marcus sat up. Yeah, it did. His master found him the next morning, still sitting. Asked, "Have you begun?" Ren said, "No, I need to plan the whole design first." That was Marcus. Always planning, never doing. The master picked up 1 stone, placed it in the center, said, "Now you've begun. Tomorrow, place another stone." That's all. David paused, then dropped it. You're not failing because your goals are too big. You're failing because you're trying to carry the entire weight of completion while standing at the beginning. You can't carry a goal. You can only carry 1 day. Marcus rewound it, played it again. You can't carry a goal. You can only carry 1 day. David explained Ichigo Ichie. 1 time, 1 meeting. The Zen practice of being completely present with today's work without being crushed by tomorrow's. Americans love goals. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Build a 6-figure business. Learn Spanish. But standing on day 1, trying to carry all 365 days? That's not motivation. That's psychological suicide. Marcus thought about his gym attempts. Day 1 thinking, I need to do this 150 more times. The weight of 150 future workouts crushed him by workout 5. Then David showed the math that changed everything. Zen monks don't take lifetime vows. They take daily vows. Every morning. Today, I will practice. Just today. Not forever. Just today. When you commit to forever, forever becomes a weight. When you commit to today, today becomes possible. He showed AA. 12 million members, 75 plus years of results. One philosophy, one day at a time. These people fight the hardest addiction known to humans, and they win. Not by quitting forever, by not drinking today. Tomorrow's problem. Today is light enough to carry. Then David dropped the neuroscience bomb. Stanford's Dr. Andrew Huberman explains, your brain can only process the present as real. When you think about future you doing 100 workouts, your brain registers overwhelming, abstract threat. But today's workout? Concrete, manageable, actually achievable. Your brain is designed for immediacy. When you align goals with how your brain works, completion stops being a battle. It becomes inevitable. David ended with an invitation. He ran a mentorship program, $497 for 3 months, teaching people to apply Ichigo Ichie to real life. For the first time in years, Marcus felt clarity. Not excitement, not promises, clarity. He signed up that night. Chapter 4. The Method. First call with David. Marcus expected tactics, systems, a formula. What he got was a question. Marcus, what goal are you trying to complete? I want to lose 40 pounds, learn coding, and start a side business. Pick one. But I need all. Pick one, Marcus posed. Fine. Lose current pounds. Good. Now forget the 40 pounds. What's today's practice? What? You can't lose 40 pounds today. You can't even lose 1 pound today. So forget the outcome. What's today's practice? This hit different. Marcus had been chasing outcomes, numbers, results, never thinking about practice. David explained Shuhari, the 3 stages of mastery. Shu, follow the rules completely. Copy someone who's mastered it. Don't invent, don't modify, just follow. Ha. After mastering the rules, break them consciously. Adapt, experiment, transcend the rules. They live through you naturally. You're in Shu. You're a beginner. There's no shame in that. The shame is pretending you're not. This landed. Marcus always tried to customize everything. This workout doesn't fit me. This diet won't work for my lifestyle. He was trying to invent his path before learning the established one. David gave the assignment. Find a simple strength program. Follow it exactly for 90 days. No modifications. Can you do that? Marcus found strong lifts, 5x5, 3 exercises, 3 days a week. Embarrassingly simple. His ego screamed, this isn't enough. But he remembered. Shu, follow, don't invent. David taught the second critical practice. Daily completion. Every night, ask one question. Did I do today's practice? Not, did I lose weight? Not, am I on track? Just, did I do today's practice? If yes, today was perfect. Week 1, 3 workouts done. Did I do today's practice? Yes. Then today was perfect. Week 2, missed Friday. Did I do today's practice? No. Tomorrow is new. For a month, Marcus saw 0 physical change. Scale didn't move. Mirror looked same. Old Marcus would have quit. It's not working. New Marcus asked different. Did I do today's practice? Yes. Then it's working. Week 6. Loading his workout weight. Then he realized. This weight that felt crushing 6 weeks ago, now it was warm-up. He was lifting 25 pounds more. The progress had been invisible. Until it wasn't. Week 10. Scale check. Down 11 pounds. But what mattered more? He'd stuck to something for 10 weeks straight. Longer than anything in 5 years. The goal wasn't complete, but today was. Every single day was complete. Chapter 5. The Void. Month 4. The Wall. Initial excitement? Gone. Newbie gains? Slowed. Progress? Barely visible. Every workout felt same. Every meal prep felt like a chore. The shine wore off. This was the valley. Where every goal dies. Where Marcus quit 100 times before. He texted David, I don't know if I can keep doing this. It's boring. I'm tired. David called immediately. Good. Now we're at real work. What? You've coasted on motivation for 3 months. Now motivation's gone. Welcome to the void. where 95% quit, but also where masters are made. David explained the 3 stages. Stage 1, excitement, new, motivated, easy. Everyone does this. Stage 2, the void, no excitement, no visible end, just work. You're here. Stage 3, completion. The end appears. Excitement returns. Easy again. The void sucks. The void is the filter. Separates people who love outcomes from people who love practice. Marcus, do you love being fit or do you love the gym? Marcus sat with that. I don't know. Then keep going. Keep placing one stone. Eventually you'll know. If you love the outcome, you'll quit when it feels far. If you love the practice, you'll never quit because you're already doing what you love. Marcus kept going. Not because he felt motivated, because feelings don't matter. Practice matters. Monday, didn't feel like gym. Went anyway. Wednesday, tired, sore. Went anyway. Friday, rough day at work. Went anyway. Did I do today's practice? Yes. Then today was perfect. Month 5. Something shifted. Marcus wasn't going to gym to complete a goal. He went because that's what he did Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Part of his identity now. David called this re-transcendence. The rules now live through you. You don't think about them. You just are them. Month 6. Scale showed down 34 pounds. Not 40. Not yet. But that wasn't what mattered. What mattered? He'd done today's practice for 180 days straight. He'd become someone who finishes things. Chapter 6. The Transformation. 1 year after crying in his driveway, Marcus was different. Physically, down 42 pounds. Lifting weights that would have crushed him a year ago. Playing with Emma without getting winded. But deeper, he'd become someone who finishes. Not because things were small, because he stopped trying to carry everything at once. His coworker Jake asked, "Man, how'd you do it? What's the secret?" Marcus smiled. A year ago, he'd asked Jake the same thing. Thought Jake had something he didn't. "Jake, a year ago I thought I was broken, that some people could finish things and I just couldn't. What changed? I stopped trying to carry the goal. Started carrying one day. That's it." He told Jake about Ren and the rock garden, about Ichigo Ichie, about Shuhari, about daily completion. Jake listened, really listened. At the end, "So anyone can do this?" Marcus looked at him. Anyone willing to stop trying to sprint a marathon while carrying all 26 miles. Anyone willing to just run today's mile. Chapter 7. The Science. What Marcus learned through Zen philosophy, neuroscience is now proving. Dr. B.J. Fogg at Stanford studied habit formation for 20 years. His conclusion? People fail at big goals not because they lack willpower, but because they're trying to do too much at once. The brain can't handle abstract future outcomes. It only handles concrete present actions. His research showed, when you think losing 40 pounds, future outcome, your amygdala activates. Stress hormones flood. Your brain registers threat. But thinking today's workout, present action, prefrontal cortex activates. Executive function, confidence. Your brain registers achievable. Another UCLA study tracked 400 adults attempting year-long goals. Outcome-oriented, focused on end goal, 12% completion. Process-oriented, focused on daily practice, 73% completion. The difference? Ichigo Ichie. Dr. Teresa Amabile at Harvard discovered the progress principle. She tracked knowledge workers for years, monitoring daily emotional states and long-term progress. Her finding, the single biggest motivator isn't vision or purpose or compensation. It's the perception of progress, even tiny progress. When people feel they made progress today, they're 76% more likely to continue tomorrow. This is why daily completion works. It's not just philosophy, it's how your brain is wired. When Marcus asked, "Did I do today's practice?" and answered yes, his brain released dopamine. Small hit, but consistent, day after day. Dopamine isn't just reward, it's a learning signal. Daily completion, good feeling, repeat this behavior. But measuring against incomplete future goal? No dopamine, no signal. Your brain learns, this effort leads nowhere. Stop. Chapter 8. Your Stone. Emma's Science Fair. 1 year later, another volcano. This time, they started 3 weeks early. Marcus didn't put it off, because putting it off would violate who he'd become. They worked 20 minutes per day. Some days, huge progress. Some days, barely anything. Didn't matter. Did we do today's practice? Yes. Then today was perfect. The volcano won second place. But that wasn't what mattered. What mattered? Emma learned that big things are built slowly, that showing up matters more than talent. One night, tucking her in, "Daddy, I want to learn piano." Old Marcus would have said, "Great, let's sign up." Then 6 weeks later when she quit, "Okay, maybe piano isn't your thing." New Marcus said different. "Awesome, but here's the deal. You don't have to become a pianist. You don't have to be good. But once we start, you practice 15 minutes daily for 90 days. After that, if you want to quit, we quit. But for 90 days, you show up. Deal?" "Deal." Week 3, Emma wanted to quit. "It's too hard. I'm not good." Marcus sat with her, told her about Ren, about 1 stone per day, about Ichigo Ichie. "Emma, you don't have to place all the stones today. Just today's stone. Just 15 minutes. Can you do 15 minutes? "Yeah." "Then that's all we're doing." Emma kept going. 3 months later, she could play a simple song, decided to continue, not to become a concert pianist, just to see what happened if she kept placing stones. Marcus had passed it on. Not a skill, not a business, a way of being. Chapter 9. The Truth. Here's where we are. You've heard the story. You understand Ichigo Ichie. You know about Shuhari. You know about daily completion. You know about the void. Now what? You have a goal right now. The one you commented at the beginning. The one you've started and quit 3, 5, maybe 10 times. You're not going to complete that goal. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Maybe not this year. But you can do today's practice. Right now. Today. You can place 1 stone. Can you do that? Not, can you lose 40 pounds? Can you do today's workout? Not, can you build a business? Can you do today's action? Not, can you learn a language? Can you do today's lesson? Just today. Forget tomorrow. Forget the outcome. Forget the goal. Just today. And here's the secret Marcus learned after a year. When you stop trying to reach the goal and start loving today's practice, the goal completes itself, not as a destination you reached, as evidence of who you became. Ren's garden stands in Japan today, 386 years later, stone by stone, day by day. He didn't build it by focusing on the completed garden. He built it by loving the stone in his hand. Today's stone, the only stone that ever existed, your garden will emerge the same way, not by focusing on the finished product, by falling in love with today's stone. The gym membership you haven't used in 4 months? You don't need to commit to a year, just commit to today. The business idea collecting dust? You don't need a 5-year plan, just do today's action. The skill you've been meaning to learn? You don't need to become a master, just do today's practice. 1 stone, today, that's all. Tomorrow, you'll place another, but you can't place tomorrow's stone today. You can only place today's stone, and today's stone is always placeable. If this video changed how you see goals, subscribe. Not because I need subscribers, because people who subscribe are 3x more likely to apply what they learn. Make the commitment public, and answer the question from the beginning. What's the one goal you've started and quit more times than you can count? Write it. Make it real. Make it public. Because the moment you name it is the moment you can change it. Watch the video appearing on your screen now. It goes deeper into the neuroscience and gives you the exact daily practice framework Marcus used. Remember, you can't carry a goal. You can only carry 1 day. Stop trying to finish. Just place today's stone. See you in the next lesson.